Are you debating a move to Mexico with your family? Let us give you our top 3 reasons why you should make the move today. We're the Gray Harper family, and since 2016, our family of 6 has been living abroad. With years of experience, tips, and insights, we're here to guide anyone else considering this life-changing journey. Stick around to discover how to turn your income into a passport anywhere in the world, unlocking the ultimate geographical freedom.
All right, reason number 1 is the Mexican culture. So real quick, I want to give you a brief history lesson. I don't want to go too in-depth in it, but it is important to talk about because not only does the Mexican history influence like its culture, but it also influences other points that we're going to talk about in the video. So it's really important that you do understand at least the brief context of how Mexico kind of came into a country and how it was influenced today. So obviously there's a lot of Mayan, Aztecan influences. These are the early cultures in the Mexico local area. And then in the 16th century, that's when Spain came over. And to put it nicely, they integrated into the culture as
any conqueror will do.
Any conqueror will do. So there's a lot of Spanish influence, especially because they continued to conquer and have campaigns in Mexico all through the 16th, 17th, and 18th centuries. Then you have Asian influences during the colonial area, especially Filipino influences and Japanese influences on the western part of Mexico. And then in the 1800s, there was actually a Habsburg emperor, and he was backed by Italy, France, Britain, and Belgium. So there were a lot of European influences in the mid-1800s. And then you have both North and South American influences. The United States obviously played a major role through the 18th and 19th centuries, and Southern companies in South America played a big role in the Mexican Revolution that was in the early 1900s. So there's basically influences all over the place, not to mention that the African trade came through Mexico as well. So there's African influence as well. So everywhere in the world played a huge role in Mexican culture. And a little bit different than in the United States, it blended. It truly was a melting pot.
Yeah, part of the conquering and part of the wave of influxes from around the world actually integrated with the local population. The morality of that, of course, is not the topic, but they continue to stay here and actually integrate into the local communities and local people who are living here to create this unique blend population that exists today. It is the reason, I actually had an interview with my local doctor here. It's the reason that you can have blue-eyed blonde Mexicans here because of the blends that has happened over the centuries.
So morality aside, because of that blend, the culture here is absolutely incredible. You have religious holidays, you have local holidays, you have Mayan holidays, you have celebration of North American, Asian holidays. You have all of these different cultures that are, it's not just the celebrations, it's also the different communities and different peoples and religions all coming together, and there's this amazing acceptance, especially for our case and for larger families, for children. We have not found a more family-friendly, children-friendly culture anywhere in the world. Even in our extensive traveling, you can walk into a 2-3-star restaurant and they will either fully expect your kids to be there at the table with you, or they'll have a place where they can go play with an attendant, and that's just normal here. So children are accepted, large families are accepted. It's extremely family-oriented, and it has given our children a chance to flourish in the country.
Okay, reason number 2. And this one, it definitely hits my husband, Zach, more than anything. And that is the cuisine available here in Mexico.
Yeah, going back to all the different influences, you can watch a whole bunch of different shows. You have Gordon Ramsay, you have Guy Fieri, all these different people, major chefs coming to Mexico to learn what's called this blended cuisine. You have Oaxaca, who has this amazing traditional cuisine and culinary aspects, but then they blend it with Asian influences, European influences, American influences, and it's really all over the country, to where at the end of the day, if you're craving something, it's going to be here. Another thing that really helps out the cuisine is that you have 2 oceans on both sides that are really not that big of a stretch to travel to. You also have mountains, highlands, you have desert. So as far as crops, as far as animals, climate and food, it's all here, to where you're not importing from thousands of miles away. So not only is the cuisine amazing, but it's relatively affordable because there's very little imports coming in as far as the food is concerned.
Yeah, you can have New York ribeyes to seafood to tacos to, again, because of the different influences that are still here today, to French cuisine available at a 3-star restaurant, all within Mexico. So anybody for any taste and budget, it's available, especially for large families.
And this is no different for drinks either. The big traditional drinks here in Mexico are mezcal and tequila, and we strongly suggest you
Try those out.
partake and enjoy those, but you still have your vodkas, you still have your rums, you have all, because of all these different influences, you know, other cultures' traditional drinks are absolutely here and are absolutely widely available anywhere. Obviously, a huge selection of German beer, local beer, North American beer, all that type of good stuff. So not just the food, but the drinks, you know, you're gonna find what you want.
Another unknown fact is actually Mexican wines are phenomenal. Baja California is a huge exporter of wine as well as other regions throughout Mexico, which makes it extremely affordable and extremely tasty. So I highly recommend you trying out some Mexican wines while you're here.
Third reason to move to Mexico, the bang for your buck. The blend between affordability and quality is unparalleled for anywhere else that we have traveled in.
Yes, so we have other videos, so you can click below to see our family budget. But we want to remind people that that is us living more than comfortably in our current environment. When you're talking about the cost of living of necessities, including rent, utilities, things like that, there are cheaper places to live than where we do. We like to remind people of the choices we made with that rental decision. So we have a 5-bedroom, 6 full bath home with amenities. So we're in a secure gated community that has access to 3 pools, a gym, tennis courts, green space, restaurant in the facilities. Security was a big one. Our older children can ride bikes and run around the neighborhood with little to no concerns from us. So that was a decision in our price, as well as with Mexico. Yes, there's cheaper places to live in regards to eating and buying groceries. But again, the choice was made in regards to the community that we've created here and the environment available. So all those decisions, and most importantly, childcare and help with a large family. And those I know with other large families would find this indispensable to help run your household. I couldn't find a better price for the quality of care that my kids get. So all of those reasons combined, compared to pricing in, let's say, the United States where we're from, we couldn't get anywhere else.
Yeah, when you really compare the infrastructure and everything that we're getting here for the price or the cost, it's not even comparable to other locations, which is a major reason why large families should come to Mexico and enjoy their dollar to go a lot further.
So please click that like button and subscribe below, and check out our other videos, and thanks again.